That's the greetings in these parts, and when you come to College Station, Texas, you know that the Aggies are ready to gig 'em. Kyle Field will be swaying and electric for this one. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, a squad looking to put on a show, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, so here comes the offense for the first time today. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you'd build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame he can really utilize.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Dances away from the D. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get into my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he dances into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
That's so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable. Get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
Flips it out in the flat. He stopped almost immediately. Didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. They'll run play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Tackle is made after the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. With jet sweep pass. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Touch pass on the run.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in College Station. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Grab behind the line. It's Mancuso. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. After that last completion, it's second down. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Grabbed in the middle, it's Mancuso. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. And the Aggies had it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll leave it with him. Bulls his way forward. And that ball is live in the backfield. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Smashes it between the uprights. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Oh, the pirouette. He's got room. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
On first down, here comes this offense. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. First down to start the drive after the break. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock.
And into the end zone for a touchdown. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable fourth quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
On to attempt the try. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. The home team is just destroying the competition today, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The away team has done nothing to stop this offense. This is ugly today. They're up 14 over Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Working that left side now. Still on his feet at the 45. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's going to pass. Dumps it to the back. Fires the pass, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 10. Finds the finish line for the touchdown. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped up to 17. Offense getting set for first down. He's looking to throw it. The freshman able to get home with the sack. And how about that play by the free safety? You sort of got the feeling somebody's band was going to be playing after that one. Big gamble by the defense.
Yeah, a great job timing it up and catching them off guard, bringing the blitz. It is. You say that because I get it. It's high risk, high reward. That time, high reward, getting the sack.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. He's looking to throw. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Now on 2nd down after the short completion. Off the play fake. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires on the move. Makes a connection. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Looking for room at the 30. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They'll throw it on 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Mancuso. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got an open man. There he goes to the right. At the 20. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but You've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And the returner will be brought down. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's past the 30. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
Got it inside the 15. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. They might try to score again. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quick pass on the jet motion. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. They put together an 81-yard drive. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Looking to move it through the air. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. These DBs going to give a little cushion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got his man downfield. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. When you know you have a team outclassed, The ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.